Hello YouTubers, That Movie Guy 777 here to welcome you to another review for What Else? Horror-thon reviews, where I review as many horror films as I can throughout this October season. So today's horror film, or thriller, is way more of a thriller than a horror film. And this one is from the 60s, and it's actually a famous one. And you may have heard of it, and you may have not, but I'm going to be reviewing the thrilling hit film from the 60s, Wait Until Dark. And Wait Until Dark is actually based off the play by Frederick Knott, and it's directed by Terence, who you might know, who directed much of the Bond movies like From Russia with Love, Thunderball, you know, etc. So, yeah, I'm going to be reviewing Wait Until Dark, and this movie is actually quite a famous one. So enough with me just giving you the status on it, let me tell you the story for it. Alright, so Wait Until Dark is revolves around this girl, Susie, who is blind, and she lives in this apartment alone with her husband, and she comes into this possession of a doll, and inside this doll is sewn in heroin, and these con artists who want the heroin find Susie, and they interrogate her because they don't know where the heroin is. And they can't just kill her because then they don't know where it is, and they already put fingerprints around the whole place, so if they trash it, the police will come and they'll find them. So throughout the movie they're just interrogating Susie to find out where the heroin is, and she doesn't know, so things start to get really heated, and it leads up to a shocking climax. So that's the story of this movie. And this movie can either go two different ways. You can either think of it as a suspenseful classic and you can watch all the time and always have a terrific way of watching it and you can always love it, or you can think it's a bit overrated and it's a bit slow and you just want for it to end. And I can see why people choose these two different choices, because this movie was made in the 60s when Audrey Hepburn was huge in this movie, and Susie's played by Audrey Hepburn. And people love Audrey Hepburn, and she's a great actress, and they didn't want anything bad to happen to her in this movie, and no one wanted to see her get killed or anything. So it really depends if you're a huge fan and you love Audrey Hepburn and you just love who the character is, you just really want her to live, and you feel sorry for her throughout the whole way because she hasn't done anything, she's innocent, and these con artists, and Alan Arkin plays this guy Roach, who's very sadistic. He may seem exaggerated, but he actually has a great performance in this movie. And this whole movie is actually taken in this one little apartment, and it's pretty much not where anything else is not like anywhere else around like the whole neighborhood around the apartment. And it's just really thrilling, just kind of like watching them interrogate this girl, pulling out stuff, hiding behind, just opening the shutters, signaling people, stuff like that. And it's just really, it may seem a bit slow, but you really just have to accept it for what it is. I love the theme in this movie. It has a very great theme, and I really, also the setting to this movie is great. I love how it's just set in this one room, and it's just, you feel like you can't go anywhere, and you're enclosed, and you can't get out. And it is a very suspenseful movie until the very end, but it's not as good as I think it is. But this movie has probably the best jump scare of all time. If you've seen it, you'll know what I mean. And it's notorious for that. And that's what pretty much made this movie famous. Audrey Hepburn and Alan Arkin for the performances. And, you know, this movie is a movie you want to watch if you like mystery thrillers and you love Audrey Hepburn movies and Alan Arkin, then watch Wait Until Dark. Stay tuned for more horror-thon reviews, and I'll see you guys all later.